Generative AI is absolutely exploding, right? And for any business leader, that creates this massive question. Do you jump in right now and risk backing the wrong horse? Or do you wait until the dust settles and risk getting left behind? It's a really high stakes question. But what if the answer isn't about choosing one or the other? What if there's a smarter way to play this? Let's break it down.
To figure out where we're headed with AI, it really helps to look back. Because believe it or not, we have been in a moment almost exactly like this before. You just have to rewind to the Wild West days of the early internet.
Think about the late 90s. The web was this chaotic frontier. If you wanted to find something, you had all these different gateways: web crawler, the super fast Alta Vista, the curated directories of Yahoo. They were all in this huge battle. It was messy, it was exciting, and nobody had a clue who was going to win. But then, just as that initial frenzy started to cool down, a new player didn't just join the fight, it pretty much ended it. Google showed up. And when the dust finally settled, one name was so dominant, it literally became a verb, leaving all those early pioneers as just, footnotes in tech history. And doesn't that sound a little familiar? Because that whole story brings us right back to today. The landscape of generative AI probably feels very, very similar to anyone who remembers that time. So this is the big question we have to ask ourselves. Are we just watching a rerun? Is this same exact pattern of chaos, fierce competition, and then one winner takes all? Is that about to happen all over again, but this time with AI? I mean, just look at the marketplace. It is a crowded field. You have these unbelievable tools like ChatGPT, Microsoft's Copilot, Google's Gemini, Anthropic's Claude. The list of heavy hitters just goes on, and every single one of them is promising to completely change how we work. And this brings us to that core dilemma for you as a leader. Do you bet big and commit your resources to a tool that might just be the next Alta Vista? Or do you hang back on the sidelines while your competitors maybe find the next Google? Well, here's the good news. The answer isn't a simple go or wait. The smartest way to move forward isn't to pick just one of those paths, but to actually take two at the exact same time. See, the real trick here is to stop thinking about AI adoption as this one giant, all-or-nothing decision. Instead, what we need to do is split our strategy into two parallel but very different tracks. Okay, so on one track, you've got cultural adaptation. This is all about changing how your team thinks, how they work together, how they solve problems. And on the other track, you have technological adaptation. This is about the specific software and tools you actually buy and use. And here is the absolute key to the whole thing. These two tracks need to move at completely different speeds. For the cultural change, the time to start is right now, full speed ahead. But for the technology itself, the smart move is to be careful, to be patient.
All right, so why the different speeds? Why do we need to rush one and be so cautious with the other? Well, it all comes down to what you're actually building.
Think of it like this. Building an AI-ready culture is like preparing the soil before you plant anything. It's about getting your team curious, rewarding new ideas, and just creating a mindset where everyone is always learning. That foundation is priceless, and it's going to help you no matter which AI tool ends up winning the war. That's why you have to start on it today.
But, and this is a big but, when we look at the technology track, the AI revolution has one game-changing difference from that old dot-com boom, and it changes everything about how we should think about risk.
And that difference comes down to three little letters: SaaS, or Software as a Service. See, unlike the old days where you had to buy crazy expensive software licenses and servers, most of today's AI tools are on a simple subscription model, and that totally changes the financial equation. And this is a huge deal. The SaaS model means your upfront financial risk is way, way lower. You don't have to bet the entire farm on one single tool. It's so much easier and cheaper to just try things out, to experiment, to learn, without making some massive commitment you can't undo. So here's how you should think about the technology. On one side, you have low-risk experimentation. Encouraging your team to use these subscription tools for everyday stuff, like drafting emails or summarizing meeting notes, is a fantastic way to start building skills. But on the other side, fully integrating an AI tool deep into your core business processes? Whoa, that's a high-risk move, and that requires a much more careful, strategic approach. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. How do we turn this into a clear, actionable plan that balances these two tracks perfectly? Here it is, your 3-step action plan. Step 1. Go all in on building that AI-ready culture. Training, workshops, celebrating new ideas. Start now. Step 2. Encourage your teams to start using those low-risk, everyday AI tools. Get them experimenting with these pay-as-you-go subscriptions to see what's possible. And then, the really crucial Step 3. Hold off on any deep, expensive company-wide integrations. Wait until the market leaders become much, much clearer. So here's your playbook, nice and simple. Think of it like you're driving on a highway. Your company's culture needs to be in the fast lane, with your foot on the gas, building the mindset for what's coming. At the exact same time, your technology adoption should be in the cautious lane, observing, experimenting, and learning while the AI wars play out ahead of you.
So here's the final thought. Building that right team mindset, that AI-ready culture, is absolutely essential. It's step 1, and you can't afford to wait on it. But that alone isn't going to be enough. The real question, the one that will separate the winners from everyone else, is whether you have the patience and the strategic wisdom to match that amazing culture with the right technology at exactly the right time.